Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
And I am Mike.
And today, Sunday Funday. I changed up this Sunday Funday. I had another one planned, but we just recently did all of these, I believe, and they're all around 107, 108 proof, and I remember liking all of them. So I said, I want to see how well they do up against one another, because it's hard to just crack them and not know. So we'll get right into it, because these are usually long. This one is Yellowstone 6-year. It comes in at 107 proof. We got this for $29.99. You can't beat that with a stick.
Nope.
And this one is the Remus 9yr. This is also 107 proof. We got this for $67.99. This one happens to be finished in Seguin Moreau barrels. And then the Ezra Brooks is also 107 proof. We got it for $34.99. Against the Rebel single barrel Kyle Busch, which comes in at 108 proof, and we got it for $39.99. So, someone recently asked me for like bottles under 60 and they wanted to drink with us, but I thought these were all short money. But other than this Remus, which is $67, it's still sub $70. They're all 107, 108 proof. And I remember liking them all. So I said, this will be just a good batch to see, how they do against each other. So regular mash mix-up rules. Mike pours them, I'm out of the room. He leaves them. I shuffle them. We'll both be drinking the same thing at the same time. You're going to see what we're drinking because I run a B-roll with it. We'll start with glass number 1.
That was actually not a bad idea, whoever said that in. I forgot who did, but that was
I do like his idea. I have not gone through because I've been busy with other stuff and actually trying to pick what would be our best 8 bottles. Yeah. If you guys have any...
8 bottles?
I mean, sorry. Best bottles under $80. The best 4. And then put them up against each other. Because,
I have to stay.
Yeah. No, so I would, and then, if you guys have any suggestions on what you would like to do, leave a comment down below, and then I'll agree to it. And then we can do it a few weeks down the line.
Right.
But,
well, you're not taking around today.
As you put it, I just babbled for 5 minutes trying to get through the rules, but
right.
Oh, I like that though. I don't think I'm going to dislike any of these. I remember liking all of these.
They're all like what, 107?
107, 108. Yeah, they're all right in that range. That's why I put them all together because they're all like. I think this one's finished. I don't know if the other one's. Ezra just throws elbows. That's a fun one. This is. I don't think that's finished either.
One was pretty tasty.
The Kyle Busch, I don't think that was finished either. They just bumped it up to 108. So one is very tasty, whatever it is. I'm not sure I'll be able to guess which one is which, but I should be able to pick out which one I like.
I can go with the one I like, and I will guess. I'm not sure if I'll be out to lunch, but
I get a nut in this one, a little bit of a nut. You getting a little of that? Little peanut in the front. Just a little bit. I like that a lot. Whatever that is, 107, 108, I've found is kind of like my Happy Land. You usually get it's coating very good. You usually get a generous amount of flavor.
It definitely sticks around.
But it doesn't like burn you up in any way. It's just like, ooh, that's good, So whatever one is, that I like that a lot. I couldn't remember where I got the nut from, if it was this one or this one, but I got a little hint of a peanut on that first one. So I don't know where I'm going to go with bottles yet. I don't usually guess them to the way through unless I'm semi-confident. That's another decent nose.
There's no like real semi-confidence here.
No. Well, the only reason why is I've been on a tear. I've been doing like 4 for 4s and stuff like that. I don't think I will do that, even though these are down. I don't, I haven't really drank them.
I don't. Which is weird because I usually do get drawn to the Ezra, and I don't think I've even touched it.
I had to find it. I hit it on myself.
Could be why
I couldn't find it.
I don't touch it.
I think it was up here in the back. I was like, I know I have it. I have it written down. I haven't drank it. I was looking on the shelf over there. I couldn't find it. I was like, wow, I hit it for myself. Well, good job. I obviously didn't want to drink this one. You do usually, but that's usually the cash strength. This 2 is no slouch either.
No. It might have drank a little bit more. It sits. I don't know if there was a little more flavor in one or not.
That's the hard one. One always gets a bad rep because it's that first sip of the day. 2 does have it has a nice. It's a bright caramel though going through on the thing. It has nice little oaky presence at the end of that. I want to almost say it leaned towards fruit compared to one lean towards peanut, but I'm not sure yet. We'll have to see on the way back. It is definitely, it has a great viscosity, and
It-
it does
it is.
hang on.
It's definitely doing that.
Like, I don't even want to drink my water because it's in there. That's why.
Don't ask me why I'm sniffing the water.
Next week will be a bang on there, but that's why I wanted to do this one because A, they're 4 relatively new. B, I noticed a couple of them were going down. It was only me and Steve that have tried these.
I was gonna say,
I
I didn't touch any one of these. I don't think.
know. I may have put them in blinds too. You know what I mean?
Could be.
I may have already done that. I don't know, but
This one has like a powdery nose to me.
I was gonna say this definitely has a different nose than the other two. That's why I went. But what I liked about this lineup is they're all. Oh, I like that. They're all 107, 108.
It almost has like a little fruit in the middle of that one.
Yeah, I think that's this one. I like that a lot. That does have that. Jeez, that did come off with a. That's the only one. Man, that is nice too. This is gonna be tricky. I almost had my first spill right there. I'm gonna have to try to zoom in on myself. I got you the other day throwing your
and
stuff.
your panic look.
Yeah. If I think of that later, that's very good.
It almost
Whatever that is.
has like a. You can almost lean towards like a malt, on the, like towards the end of that.
I think you actually said that the last time we did it. I'm trying to remember which one you did. That again has a tremendous viscosity. There is a fruity presence that hit me on that. That's what made me think that it could be that one. But it has a nice oaky finish too.
It does. It was more in the middle.
Yeah,
of like a slight hint of, to me, a little bit of a malt, but
yeah.
I don't know. This is kind of a first for me. They're all pretty close.
No, I'm with you. I'm thinking this might be this one just for fun. And these two are a toss up because both of them threw elbows, but I haven't gone that way yet. I kind of think Rebel was the one that gave me the nuts, though. Oh, I didn't drink this time. Hold on. Well, you don't have to hold on. I'm talking to myself.
No, I'm trying to get a nose out of it, but it's there.
Ooh.
I just.
That brings a hint of a nut.
I was gonna say, I think it's even stronger than one was actually.
I think I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm thinking that might be that one. Oh boy, this is gonna be tough to try to guess which is which. Honestly, which everything I say is honestly. I'm too honest sometimes. You know, again, the most expensive one was this one. I lied because I moved it. The most expensive one was this one at $67.99. These are a steal. Every one of these. These were both in the 30s and 40s. Or this was $29.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if you're really going to find that on a regular for that price, but
no. But if you can,
if you get it for that price, it is definitely.
Yeah, but I think it was
steal.
Only like $49.99 anyways. I don't think this was that much
Yellowstone
more.
was that cheap.
I don't know. I don't think it was that. I don't think that one was that expensive.
We can go look. We got another one over there somewhere, and it's not a 107 either.
I'm trying to remember. I think there was another sticker here, and I think it just peeled off. I didn't write it, though.
There was at one point.
Man, I got to tell you, every one of these has a great viscosity and really hangs on for a while.
If it really, I would think 4, it would be the lacquer of the thickness to me.
On my second sip, I thought that on the first, but on my second sip, it really hung on. The only difference is whatever 4 is almost has like a little bit of that younger taste, but neither here nor there. We're going to find out when we come back. We're going to cleanse our palate. We'll be back in 1 second. All right, so we are back. We're going to start on the right, work our way left. Yeah. Definitely get the nuts now, for sure. On the nose. I didn't get them so much on the nose as I did
kind of bullshit
last time.
Too,
yeah.
So. It is amazing how much 5-10 minutes makes. So.
Mm-hmm. I always have fun with doing a blind because, you know, as good as all these are alone, This is what makes what I remember Jim Beam single barrel. Actually, originally I had Jim Beam single barrel in this one. I switched it up for one of these. It drinks like this. Whatever this one is, it drinks a lot alike. I'd be curious to see how they did against each other, or if we already did that. I'm gonna stick with. I think this might be this one.
In my initial guess, I did not have that, but I'm thinking you might be right on that one because there's not a lot to it. It's not bad. It's not crazy. It's not like you got around. Well, for the price, it's not really a bad price.
Yeah, if it is this one,
and I think it's a 4-year.
$39.99. It's not outrageous, but I mean it's solid. I think this one's actually, I know it's not exceeded.
For some reason, I thought it was.
It could be. But again, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's solid. Come on, you pain in the butt. Come on, I got to get to the other glass. Oh, it doesn't stay there.
It's not. There's not a huge complexity, and it doesn't really seem to stick. It doesn't have the viscosity as 3 did.
I think it has the viscosity. I think it just doesn't have the flavor. Do you know what I mean? Like it's kind of a monotone. It's
definitely monotone.
You get that peanut throughout, and that's all you really get. All right, don't hit my microphone.
Now it definitely would fall into a beam, but
oh, good God! I forgot to rinse because I was picking up a little dog.
I don't rinse them. This is way more
There's
complex.
just even on the nose, without even smelling it, this brought so much more to the table.
A huge sweetness.
Yeah, I get a fruity in this one too.
I have a light fruit, but I get like a huge sweetness in this one. And day and night. Day and night off.
Drink that. Oh yeah. No.
And I do
with a huge oaky presence at the end too.
At the end, but I still get a middle malt like.
I don't get the malt. I don't
really?
know what you.
Yeah. You usually
I know.
Jump on that.
That's why
before me.
I'm not getting what you think is a malt. You know what I mean? I'm
and
not
saying today in my
don't,
little peanut brain.
I don't want
like a hint of
no. I didn't mean that in a negative way. Like whatever flavor you'll get. Like when I say black licorice and you don't taste it, you've got to be getting a flavor. I get a huge. Let me take a second sip. I get a huge fruity presence, and then it kind of it goes into like a dark caramel, and I'm wondering if that's what you're thinking that a malt is. Like it's almost like a dark caramel apple. Like, but you almost burnt the caramel. Like it's almost a little bit, and maybe that's where you're going. Maybe it would be, but maybe that's where you're going with a malt. You know what I'm saying? And then it finished, but it's kind of because it blends into what the oak tastes like at the end.
It does have a nice oak finish. I guess you could almost. And if I wanted to twist it, it could maybe come off in the beginning as like the tannic oak a little bit, and then it mellows down. I'm gonna go with a malt.
You
flavor
go with your malt flavor. I know what you're saying.
To
me, it's like a caramel oak. Like you're getting the oaky presence with the caramel. Like it tastes all the way through it.
I get a little bit of like a hint of a malt flavor to me, and then down to an oak drizzle. So I do like that one better.
No, I agree. I think I know what you're doing.
Number two's nose like disappeared on.
It's not what pops into my little pea brain either, but it's just I know what you're saying on there. But there's way more complexity compared to what Four brought on.
Yes, by far.
Yeah, and I'll agree with that. But I think it's because 3's such a beast. It tapered down 2's nose because it's really not. It's not coming out of the glass.
I couldn't find out the instant.
Yeah.
And there's not a huge ride in that one either.
Mm-mm.
It does seem to kick a little more though.
This is why I think it had a little bit more elbows going down. It had a little bit more viscosity, and I think that's why I kept it with the Ezra.
One kind of had that too for me.
Yeah, but every Yellowstone does. That's why I think those two are right. I think we may mix and match them to me, but I think those two are right because both of them like to throw elbows every time we've drank them.
And we're gonna probably end up with the same damn list, but the nose is almost invisible for me in this one compared to what we had. I'm not even really getting hinted.
And the complexity coming off, you definitely get a little more of a rye spice. It's pop rocking on my tongue, but the viscosity and the way 3 coated with the amount of flavor and lack of proof, where they were all around the same proof. It was just a superior drink to me so far coming through.
But this one holds its own as far as viscosity and hang time.
I think I'd like 2 better than 4, but I have to go back and check it. You know what I mean? But
I'm already I'm with you there, and Now you see it's more drastic for me because it's.
I don't know if 2 can hang with 3. I will go back and check it. That's where I always like going one way, coming back the other way.
One's nose is actually better than 2.
Once you knick-knack, you got to go back and forth and taste them because they do change.
That's when it gets along.
They do change, though.
No, they do. But one's nose is better than 2.
I agree. I'm not sure what I'm smelling now because on the way through, I thought it was a nut, but
now it's almost like a flower.
That's right. It is different.
It's almost like a light. You know when you walk the beach and they got those red. They look like a rose, but I don't even know what the hell.
You said that last time, and I don't know what you're talking about.
Never mind, because
the stupid sandpipers take up the space.
He doesn't. He never even goes to a beach, so or he doesn't. When was the last time you walked the beach and they see those little roses?
Well, I did travel the country before COVID. I haven't traveled since COVID, so it's been a long time.
And you didn't look at a flower.
I did. Threw rocks at the birds that were taking up my beach space. No, I didn't do that.
Leave comments at dog.
Yeah, no, I didn't do that. I always liked them. I thought they were cool. They're running around the beach. The little sandpipers or whatever.
You're whipping rocks at them.
No, I would get arrested. It would definitely not.
I'm going to report you.
I could send pictures. I was a sculptor. I used to build alligators and stuff out of the sand. People thought I was.
You did send pictures like that.
People thought I was crazy, but my wife did.
You can win a lot of money if you're really good at it.
I'm not in that league, but compared to turning over a shovel, I was good. I was better than that. You know what I mean? I actually won a lot, whatever that is. I'll be interested.
There is a nut in the
flavor. There's a nut that comes out of that one.
Right now, I'm going to go.
I might even switch these 2, actually. So we're going to have to see. I might switch these 2 on this one just because I thought Ezra brought a nut. But again, doesn't matter what we think the things are.
It doesn't seem to be as sparky.
And this usually lights me up. I remember their other one was hot to be hot.
I know, but I thought this one didn't as much.
I thought it did. I thought it was still spicy.
I don't know.
Because it's only 107.
Right now, I'm 3, 1, 2, 4.
I'm not too far off in you. These 2 I'm going to tie for right now. 4 so far is my last place, and 3 is so far my first place. I got to knick-knack a couple. We're going to finalize the order. We'll be back in 1 second for you.
He's lying. It's more than a couple.
It won't be. All right, so we are back, and we actually ended up agreeing after we did this. It's been a while. It's been a while. But I do want to say, whatever 3 is, it's just a superior whiskey. It's night and day.
It's way more flavor.
These are all good by themselves, but when you drink them back to back, none of these hold a candle to whatever 3 might be. And that's the winner today, just for the record. So if you've already seen it. The spoiler alert, and it's already out there. So, all right. Oh, I forgot to grab my pad. And you're going to have to grab yours.
4 caramel stout, actually.
4 is, all of these had different things. 2 threw elbows like crazy, and it was the hottest one. 1 has a nice peanutty flavor. 4 is good by itself, and it has a good nose, and it has a huge peanut. These are the bottles. Again, we agree, actually, today, or did we switch that?
I think we end up agreeing.
I actually think the first one's Ezra. The second one is Yellowstone. The third one is Remus, and the fourth one is Rebel.
So I think I have a reverse. I think it's Yellowstone, Ezra. That was my only difference.
But other than that, it doesn't matter what we think the bottles are.
No, not at all.
It's just for fun and to see whether we agree. But, they're 4 great pours for under the $50, $60 or whatever they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, they're good pours as that. I won't say great. But they're solid pours. It's a couple of these. What is this?
No,
this is $39.99.
Back to what we were talking about earlier. These are way better pours. Than a green spot that I had the other day.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's like, and they're way more money.
For sub
this is very good.
$50. These are decent pours.
I'll agree with that.
We'll go with that. So all right, our last place glass is what's in glass number 4, and it's what you put in glass number 2.
2 was Yellowstone.
Wow, so Yellowstone came in dead last. So sometimes
that's not a shocker, but
no, it's not, because that's how we've always drank it. But it actually came off as the youngest of all of them. It to me, it had that young flavor.
And that's a 6-year.
I know, but it compared to the rest of them, it had like a young nutty flavor, which is weird. But that's why I like doing wines, because it don't matter what we think they are. It's all off on impressions. So our third place glass, what was in glass number 2, and it's what you put in glass number 4.
4 was Ezra. Well, we're off to out to lunch on all these.
No, which is fine. I actually like that.
No, it is.
So,
it is.
All right, but and it doesn't surprise me because you're not out to lunch. You actually picked Ezra as your glass too. Throws elbows, and that's exactly what this did. This was hot to be hot, and I thought it was Yellowstone because it was hot to be hot. You know what I mean? So, but it was an Ezra.
It was still a better taste than 4.
Not bad, but there was 1, 3, and 4 didn't have a huge complexity with. 1, 2, and 4. Sorry, had no complexity. Where 3 just brought that complexity that you're looking for. But all right. So our second place glass was in glass number 1. It's what you put in glass number 3.
3 was the Rebel.
Rebel. All right, but that's awesome though. So Rebel came in second. And it was one of the cheaper ones out there anyways. And our first place glass, it may have been the most expensive, but hands down, the most flavorful that tastes right. And this was an A for a reason when we actually did the thing. And I had a feeling this was going to actually rise to the occasion. This is the Remus Straight Bourbon Whiskey 9-year at 107 proof. We got it for $67.99. And to me, it's worth every penny. This really brings a huge viscosity, a big complexity, tons of flavor. And it is easily the best bottle on the table today.
And in their defense, other than the repeals, most of their stuff usually wins in blind. They do well, and they're cheaper.
Well, that's the funny thing. Someone was just raving to me about how they love the repeals. No, they actually like all of them, this and that. And I said, I got one coming out that I think is going to smash it. So we already did the review. And that was that, and now we put it in a blind. And this is another reason why I wanted to put it there. It is next level good. So if you can find this Remus Repeal 9-year, this is absolutely phenomenal. It's one of the
65,
better,
and that's only 100 proof for $100.
Yeah, we paid 105 for the last one. This is a better version of that.
I like the old man that I see over there that's already dead, but
that's been dead for a while. But honestly, with that. I can't remember who it was. One of the newer guys that just said that this is next level good. If you can find it,
very good.
Absolutely jump on this one because that is
agreed.
It's hands down.
It just won again.
The easiest one on the table. It is the best one we have.
And most flavor and the best nose.
Absolutely. So there you go. That's Sunday Funny, and I know we probably went long. I always have a hard time seeing how much I can edit out of that.
Usually, but it is what it is.
That being said, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more. Cheers.